Tony Maharrey, thanks for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
So, man, good to have you. Once again, someone that I'm meeting through Jeff. So I'm meeting you for the first time. So this is always fun to meet someone in, 5 minutes before we record. So that's really neat. And as we mentioned in the intro, we gave more details on the benefit for your wife, Amber. And we're definitely going to dig into that too here. Okay. But we thought maybe at the front end, we would talk about Tony and some of your history and where you're from, and then all the bands that you've played in. So, Jeff, where do you want to start?
Well, are you from this area?
I'm from this area, yes. Okay. I have moved before. I moved to Columbus, Mississippi, which is where the Dirt Brothers were from.
Okay.
And I moved there when I joined the band.
Gotcha.
And I lived there for 3 years, 4 years.
What band was that?
The Dirt Brothers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Did you guys already say that?
Yes, we did. You can squirrel yourself.
We are 2 minutes in.
Edit.
No. We keep this stuff. So now 2 minutes in, you're going to hear one of our resident sounds because I lost concentration.
You got to turn that up.
And then I do that every time.
So I knew about the Dirt Brothers. Mm-hmm. You don't tell me to shut. That's way too early for that.
I'm just being a jerk now. Sorry, Tony. All right.
Now I know that band. I think that band went through a lot of different members. Mm-hmm. When you were in there, who was in the band with you?
Which time?
Okay.
When I first joined,
right.
Tyler, I can't think of his last name.
That's okay. Sorry to put you on the spot. Okay.
He was a guitar player. Daniel Dwight was the bass player.
Okay, yeah. He's coming in down the road.
John Hall was the singer. John Boy is what he was called.
Okay.
And Chad Gatewood was a steel guitar player.
Okay. And then I know there was another point that you played with Jeff Cobble in that band?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jeff approached me, and he was wanting to get not Jeff, John Boy.
Okay.
Approached me and said, put together a record deal band.
Okay.
And I said, well, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Right.
And he said, I don't care. So we were having. Man, I don't want to talk bad about anybody.
No. And then,
Tyler decided to step out.
Okay.
So I got Chris Gavin.
Okay.
And then.
You can talk as much shit about Cobble as you want.
Yeah, we don't care.
Well, Cobble came in after Chris. But so we got Jeff Adams come in on the spur of the moment. The day of the thing, I was handing him tapes to put in while we were driving to Helena, Arkansas.
Yeah.
And Jeff nailed it.
Jeff is that kind of player.
He nailed it.
Yeah. He's
he even had the vocals, backup vocals, everything was there.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And how long?
Where was the show at again?
In Helena, Arkansas.
Okay.
Helena, Arkansas.
It was on New Year's Eve.
And how long did you play with Jeff in that band?
Jeff
Adams,
Jeff was in it till the end.
Okay.
And then it was maybe a year or so after that, is when Chris decided he was wanting to leave. He was going to step out.
Yeah.
And I called Jeff Cobble.
Yeah.
And he came in, and it took off.
Nice.
There.
Good to hear. He's a close friend of ours. We played a bunch of shows with him, with Derek Joseph.
Awesome guitar
We love
player.
ribbing and picking on him, but Cobble's a special guy.
Yeah.
He's been around for a long time.
He's a short bus kind of guy.
He's a what kind of guy?
Short bus.
Now we're talking.
No.
Jeff, you're welcome.
So let's talk about your drumming. Who are some of your influences?
Ooh. John Bonham off the top is my favorite.
Who's that?
John
just kidding.
That's usually on every drummer's short list.
Yeah. and Steve Gadd.
It's a good one.
Big fan of his. My favorite drummer right now is probably Abe Laboriel Jr., who's drumming for Paul McCartney.
Oh, man.
Big black guy. I mean, he's
been with him for, God, now probably 20 plus years now.
Yeah.
They've been together.
It's awesome.
Yeah, he's got that big sound.
Yeah.
And he can really, he can capture that Ringo bubbly kind of fills too. You know, he's really loose back there.
He's a pro. I mean, he knows when to play and when not to play. And,
and the better drummers know when not to play.
Imagine getting that call.
Oh yeah,
from Paul McCartney to go on tour with him and be his drummer.
Yeah.
And all the guys, and it was loyal. He's had the same lineup for decades now. It's awesome.
All right, spit out another question. I'm letting you take the reins for a minute.
Oh, really? Because I don't know him and you do?
No, because I asked all the questions yesterday during the interview. I'm going to give you the floor.
What do you play? Like, what kind of kit do you play?
It's a Tamistar Classic.
Okay.
It's a really pretty kit.
Yeah,
do you go big or simple?
Simple.
Yeah,
I used to be big. Got tired of lugging all that around.
Yeah.
The Neil Peart setup.
Oh, God, no.
Or Peart. How do you say his name?
With the potato chips and the salamis hanging off the racks. I don't need all of that anymore.
I have salamis hanging off the headstock of my bass. Is that the same thing? So how long have you been playing?
I'm 60 years old, so since I was 4.
Wow.
Been playing a while.
It's been a minute.
Since you were 4. Damn. You just started banging on things, didn't you?
Well,
was it pot and pans?
Well, it's weird. When I was growing up, my dad was a musician also, and he was a guitar player. And come Christmas time, I got the guitar, and my brother, who was younger, my dad thought, oh, he can just bang on drums,
Right.
And as we got older, we both had paper routes.
Yeah.
Well, when he would leave the house, I would go in there and play on his drums, and I didn't know it, but he was playing on my guitar. So we just switched.
There you go.
Now, would you get in trouble if you found out you were playing his drums?
No.
So you didn't have to make sure the sticks were right back in the same spot?
He couldn't get the hang of it, and I did, so I put the sticks exactly where they're supposed to be.
Tony, why is my crash cymbal split in half? What's going on? I didn't do that. Who did that?
Yeah.
I always know when my son has been playing my kit at home because he hasn't gotten yet to where he's comfortable having the hi-hat open and working it with his foot.
Okay.
So if I go in there to play and the hi-hat is cinched down, he's been playing.
And he just plays it tight?
Yeah, he just plays it tight.
Doesn't leave it have a little wash.
No, just tight.
Learn that. Yeah,
no, he hadn't got that far yet. I'm working with him.
It's okay.
Yeah, it is. It takes time. RT Scott Band. Let's talk about that because I know that's a big deal. You probably did a lot and saw a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Give us some info on that.
That band consisted of Steve Ingle on guitar from Creed. James Flynn from Creed was playing bass.
Okay.
David Wade was playing keyboards. Buddy Church was the other guitar player.
You hear that name so much, but Buddy was so loved and such a huge player.
So you played with a couple guys from Creed?
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's awesome. So what was the style of this band? Or did we miss a band member? I didn't want to cut you off.
No, that was it.
Okay.
Well, RT, he was singer.
The lead guy. You got to mention him.
Oh my God, yeah.
But it was weird. On our shirts, we had T-shirts that we sold at shows. It was country music with an attitude.
Okay.
And that's basically what it was.
That's awesome. How long did that band go for?
30 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, so I mean, the guys from Creed, this is before Creed.
Yeah. Well, no, we're talking about two different Creeds here.
Oh.
You're thinking,
this was Southern Creed.
Okay.
The real Creed.
Yeah. You're thinking rock and roll.
Yeah. Well, Creed was rock and roll.
Right.
But.
Yeah. Scott Stapp is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no, it was.
Okay, that makes sense.
Two different people, but it was, man.
I feel like an idiot now.
No, that was Turbo Country. It was.
Yeah.
It was.
And
it
you
was
guys,
very cool.
you guys on a bus did all kinds of touring and stuff, or was it?
Yeah, we toured, but we didn't do the bus.
Didn't have that luxury.
Bus deal. I mean, we toured and all.
Did it the hard way.
We played with John Anderson.
Oh wow.
The same one from Yes?
Johnny Rodriguez.
No,
I'm just going to try to get all the names wrong here. I knew it wasn't that guy, but
And I think you mentioned Randy Houser earlier.
Yeah, that was with the Dirt Brothers.
That was with the Dirt Brothers. Okay. When you said country music with an attitude, I instantly thought Randy Houser. I love Houser.
We're talking about the real Randy Houser now. I'm skittish now. I want to make sure I get the names right. The one that sings Boots On?
Yep, that's one.
Yes.
Only one I know of.
Redemption.
Yeah.
But that band, it was weird. It went for 20 years, 25 years, and it was constant. I mean, I think I made $100,000 one year.
Really?
Heck yeah.
Good for you.
That's how much we were playing. I mean,
Sweet.
it's 265. Was it 365 days a year?
Yeah.
We played 364.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was every night.
Just moving.
Yeah, just moving.
It was work.
And that will get a band nice and tight. So you guys must have had it just so polished.
Oh, it was tight.
Yeah.
Very tight.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can go too far, right? You can go into autopilot and it starts playing itself, and then the bass is just awful because the guy just keeps making mistakes. I don't know who bass players do that.
Actually, it's the opposite. You're playing the songs so many times that all of a sudden you have a brain fart, and you're like, how do I play? What am I playing?
So I wasn't in a situation like that, but I was in a casino band for about 4 or 5 years. So we're playing about, I would say 180, 200 a year, Tuesday through Saturday, one week, the next week. And me and my drummer at the time used to call it balancing our checkbooks because I'd be so bored playing Brick House on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking of my bills. I'm thinking of
trying to find something on the TV to watch while you play.
Clam, big awful note, and be like, "Oh, damn it!" And then and he would make a mistake too, and we just look at each other and pantomime writing a check.
Yeah, keep on going.
So what was after the RT Scott band?
RT Scott band came a list of just. I was trying to find the right band.
Sure.
So I was just playing with anybody and everybody.
Sure. Simultaneously while also
I was doing the Josh Haynes.
Shout out to Josh Haynes.
Josh, you're welcome.
Yeah. I told Josh that. I said, I used to be where you are. I'm not doing it no more.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I've never had the desire to do that. I don't have the brain power to remember that much material.
I'd be like, all right, who is this? And what songs are we doing now?
I've never been asked to work that much. I might say yes for a minute.
Well, that could be a blessing.
Yeah, right.
Well, I know that now currently you're in the Amber McCain band.
Yes,
and that's a modern country.
It's
mainly.
It's diva country.
Okay.
Kinda.
Well, you got Amber McCain singing it. Might as well be diva country.
Like Jason Aldean. That's a joke.
It's hard to do with Amber singing.
But we also do rock stuff too.
Okay.
What I like about this band is we do our own versions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of a lot of, if it's not one of our songs, we do a version of a cover song.
Right.
And we kind of do our version of it.
Well, we've seen people who come in here for an interview get in lots of trouble when they don't mention everybody in the band, Rocco.
So you've been doing good so far. So now we got to talk about the Amber McCain band.
Tell us who all's in Amber McCain band. We know Amber singing. You're playing drums. Who else we got?
We got Bruce Key on guitar.
Yep.
Great guitar player.
Yep.
Wendell Combs is playing bass.
Okay.
And Shane Swindell is playing keyboards, guitar, saxophone,
utility guy.
Yeah,
the kind of musician every band wants,
and they all sing. I mean, that's what puts our band
absolutely.
Right. I would put our band up against any band in the city,
right?
Vocally,
right?
Yeah, good vocals and harmonies. That just sets everyone apart.
We do Fleetwood Mac,
sure,
and stuff, and we sound as good as, if not better than Fleetwood Mac.
Sure. Well, that's
It's
the way to do it.
And that's what I'm discovering as I'm going to more shows and meeting all these awesome musicians and bands. It's all about the vocals. I mean, they're all great musicians, amazing. But man, when you have just a wall of harmony voicing coming at you, just you can't replace that.
Yeah. But we're billed as a country band, but we cross over on a bunch of songs. I mean, Amber sings, she'll go from Miranda Lambert to Hart to Carrie Underwood and then Adele. Yeah. And nails it.
Sure.
I mean, I've never heard her hit a bad note.
Right.
And how long you guys been at it together?
I've been with them probably 4 years, and they've been together probably 7 years.
Okay.
Something like that.
You're a working fool, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Nonstop.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. That's great.
Well, it's what puts food on the table.
Yeah. Good for you, man.
Especially right now.
I'm glad I don't have to depend on my drumming to put food on my table. I'd be a hungry son of a gun. I'd weigh a lot less.
Yeah, I was fortunate for 5 years, but the bass was paying for a lot of alcohol instead.
Yeah.
So
I don't consider myself a great drummer. I just consider myself one of many good drummers.
Well, this town's full of great musicians, drummers, every position.
Well, and that's weird. Everywhere that I went out of town playing, when they know that you're from Memphis, they stop whatever they're doing. Oh, man.
And actually pay attention.
Yeah, they start paying attention.
That's awesome.
But, no one has a resume like you and plays for that amount of time like you without not being good.
Yeah.
And also professional. I mean, for you to be able to have these relationships with these bands for that amount of time, clearly you're a good dude. You show up, you were prepared, put on a good show.
Right.
And that's a testament to you.
I met Greg Allman in Pensacola, Florida, and he was playing piano in the piano bar. And I walked through and I was like, man, that's an Allman Brothers song. And went around the corner and I told him, I said, y'all go ahead. And I sat down right beside Greg Allman, and he was playing, and he just told me, he said, the best advice he ever gave me, he said, play with anybody and everybody you can. And he said, know when to play and when not to play. He said, a lot of times the best note that you played was one you didn't play.
Right.
Yeah, the feel is in between the notes.
Yeah, the air moves the song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. David Gilmour is a classic example of an amazing player, songwriter, everything. Yeah. But his solos, man, are spacey, and the emotion is in between those notes.
The Bumblebee. I caught the first.
Jeff Cobble.
I caught the first one and the last note. All that in between, it went right over my head.
Yeah. I love you, Cobble. You know that.
I wasn't even going to go there with that.
Oh, it's Jeff Cobble.
No.
Come on. I've been playing with him.
Well, we had to, in the Dirt Brothers, we had to slow him down.
Yeah.
We had to say, Jeff, we know you can play. There's going to be a time in the show where you can play, but we need you to play like this.
Yeah. No names will be mentioned, but I filled in and helped the band out at Fitzgerald's several years ago. And then they had a fill-in drummer from Nashville. And when a drummer puts in triplets and Brown Eyed Girl, something's up. And it was a full night of that. It was rough.
That's why you have no hair left right there.
So are there any more bands or anything you'd like to talk about? Or can we now, bridge to the benefit?
We can bridge to the benefit. That's most important.
Yes. Let's talk about your wife.
Okay.
Tell us everything you want to tell us about your wife.
She's the love of my life. And unfortunately, a few years ago, she was working in Hawaii. And she called me and, I knew something was wrong. And she says, I got cancer. And I was actually scheduled to fly out there and going to spend, a couple of weeks out there. And I told her, I said, well, come home. And she goes, well, what about the trip? I said, I don't care about the trip. I said, come home. We got to get this taken care of.
Right.
So we've been going through that for about three and a half years.
Okay.
And she had triple negative breast cancer. And And on top of that, she had stage 4 cervical at the same time. So,
and how did she find out? She was not feeling well, went to the doctors, and then ran tests? Or
she had a lump in one of her breasts, and we had known it was there for a while, and she said, "No, I'll get that taken care of later."
Yeah.
And when she got out to Hawaii, she just felt, I need to check into this.
Yeah.
And she did, and that's how we discovered it.
Well, your wife's name is Amber Maharrey, and we love you, Amber. We're all praying for you, but we know now there's a benefit that's coming up to help you guys out. That's at Neil's.
Yeah.
So if you want to tell us some about that, or I can do it, however you want to do it. I got notes here as far as the date and the bands that are in.
Let's throw out the date before the story. So It is the 29th at Neil's. So as our audience is listening or watching this, it is Monday the 23rd. So we placed it strategically for this reason. So that way your benefit, as anyone's listening to this, is in like 6 days. Right. Sunday at Neil's. And we got Area 51, formerly known as Amber McCain Band, Shotgun Billies, and Almost Famous.
Right.
I mean, that's it?
Is that all?
Well, they probably don't know this, but Ricky Lee Phelps was supposed to be coming, and I got a call early this morning, and his dad took a turn for the worse, and so he's having to go to Nashville to be with him.
Okay.
And also, I want to shout out prayers and all for him and his dad, his family, and all. So
absolutely.
So he won't be there.
Okay. Well, and look, he's a health emergency in his family. Totally understandable. We get that.
Yeah.
But this is a great lineup of bands. Guys, Derek and I started doing this for a reason. We wanted to help this community, and we wanted to, anytime something like this is happening, we want people to call us and say, hey, can you guys help get the word out? And that's what we're doing. Go support this man and his wife. Tony has been doing this in the Memphis music community for a long time. I've known him for a long time. He's done things for me in the past that helped me, and I want to help them. And so get out and support this cause, and help these guys out.
Is Amber well enough to be there? Will she be
we're hoping
at the gig?
That, if she is, she'll be there just for a small time.
Sure.
And then
understandable.
I got to figure out something how to get her home.
Yeah. And by all means, if there's a question that you don't want to answer based on your wife's health, just let me know.
Yeah,
but is she? What kind of treatment is she on? Is she on chemo right now?
She's doing chemo right now. She don't have to do radiation anymore, but she's on treatment 46.
Wow.
Of chemo, and
that's got to zap her.
That's
it's got to be
taking its toll. It's tough, and right now she's pretty much confined to the bed. She can get up and move around,
right,
and all, but here lately she hadn't been able to get up near as much.
Yeah. So
I've had to quit my job,
right,
and just take care of her full time. So,
well, God bless you for doing that. I know this has got to be hard on your family, but we want to help you with this, and we just want people to get out and support this thing.
And the level of bands and musicians that are a part of this is got to be a testament to you. They're stepping up for you in a big way. Some heavy hitters there,
right? Yeah, I've really appreciated all of them. I mean, they really stepped up, and I can't thank them enough. And it's weird, I've been on the other end of benefits forever,
countless times.
And when you have one for yourself, it's just kind of humbling.
Sure. I bet.
And you really appreciate,
What time does it start?
It starts, they wanted to start at 3, but I know that Sean and Josh and them have gigs. So I asked him to move it back to 2.
Okay.
So it'll be from 2 to 9, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's packing.
And
That's
we'll
packing
have,
a
I know
punch.
we'll have an interview that we do here that day, but I have every intention of going when we finish here.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of this I'll be able to catch, but as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to head that way.
Yeah.
So, where do we go from here? Like, you still just playing with Amber McCain? Is this the only gig you got going on right now?
Yeah. Well, last year we won the first annual Tommy Awards for the
Lafayette's.
At Lafayette's. Yeah. We won it for the best. We were nominated for best country band, and we actually won it.
Okay.
And
good job, sir.
Since then,
busy.
I mean, our monies went up.
Really?
Our gigs went up. I mean, Amber doesn't have to call anybody for a gig.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now they're calling her.
That's awesome.
And does she have an agent where she's been working with an agency company?
Does it by herself.
So just throwing that on that resume really give you guys a good bump.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
That's great.
And Sean Few, I believe, hosts. Did he host the Tommy Awards? Yeah, and I think he's doing it again this year. And he said something to me about maybe the rhythm section being there.
I wonder if there's a new best podcast category.
I don't know, but if there is, we'll win it.
But actually, I was hoping this year, if they do it, I was wanting to see them have a category for bands like the Fast Mothers.
Oh, original.
And all that play
Fever
all of
Tree.
their own.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's not an original artist category?
There's, Amber McCain, we play kind
a
of
mixture.
Best of both worlds.
Right.
We mix original in with.
Sure.
But I would like to see
all original category.
Yeah, all original category.
I think that is a stellar idea.
Yeah.
I can already think of a bunch of nominees right now.
Absolutely.
Right?
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of them out there. And believe me, back in the day when I was in Looker, which was way back, that's all we played was our own.
Yeah.
And we did great. We played everywhere.
Right.
I mean, with Derek Joseph, we pepper in some of his originals.
Yeah, but it's not an all original.
Yeah, no.
Right.
My casino years, I played with the same artist. She would throw in originals here and there. It's always nice. Sell some CDs on the side. But in order to pay the bills, we had to play Brick House a lot.
Tony looked straight down. He's like, oh.
Those songs I refuse to play.
I get it. I totally get it. Like Brown Eyed Girl with Triplets.
It was brutal.
Not going to do it.
It was hilarious, actually. It was kind of funny, but I was like, man, come on now.
Yeah. Anything we're missing that you want to talk about and touch on?
I believe that's it. Please come out and see us. We're playing this Saturday.
Okay, yeah.
Or this Friday, excuse me.
Well, they're not going to hear this until that's already happened.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
so
never mind.
We can do that. We'll do that in the intro.
Record scratch. Maybe. So how'd the gig go? Did it go okay?
That's great.
Well, we're playing Neil's Friday.
All right. Well, cool.
This Friday.
Yeah, we call it the time continuum, like from Back to the Future. Podcasting is it's hard to be like totally current. So you're having to think dates like, okay, we're recording on this date, but it's going to air on this date. So we can't talk about these things because they've already happened.
Right.
So.
And it does make it.
And someone told me that you made a bunch of mistakes and just, no, I'm just kidding.
I believe it,
Yeah.
I'm not perfect by no means.
Regardless of timeline, where is it? Like what, okay, let's go with this. What kind of places do you play? What are some of the venues that you play?
Neil's, Lafayette's. We do a lot of fairs, festivals.
So you're probably a lot busier in the summertime.
Yeah. Spring and summer, it's real busy, but it's weird. Right now, we've kind of picked up. We've got a lot of casino gigs.
Right.
We go to Vicksburg and play.
Very cool.
We've been lucky.
That's
awesome.
Look,
I'll throw a venue out to you that you guys should try to play, and it's our favorite. It's basically the only local venue we played last year, and that was Sidecar South Haven. They've got the PA already.
We played Sidecar when they were outside.
Yeah,
when they do it outside
out at Memphis.
We've done that.
Okay,
we've done that too.
But yeah, y'all get down to South Haven and try to book there. That's a good one. We enjoy that place.
We do got the 10th inning.
Okay.
I believe we're playing
That's in South
there.
Haven. Yeah.
That's coming up.
Okay. Cool.
We play all of these small towns have those nights where they have bands,
Well,
music night or whatever.
I do know that you're in Facebook jail. So
that's right.
You can't say all this stuff on Facebook, but you've got my number. So text me some dates.
Okay.
Derek and I will get out to see the Amber McCain band. That's another one that we want to spend our time getting to see.
Add it to the list. Yeah. It's all, so many bands to go
Stop
see.
pissing off so many people on Facebook, Tony.
Well, it's weird. People come and see us and they'll go, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know y'all were playing."
Right.
And I was like going,
I'm in jail, y'all. Facebook jail. That's hilarious. Well, Tony, before we wrap things up, let's talk about studio time. Have you guys done any recording?
Oh, yes. We recorded 5 songs that were sent to us from Jamie Floyd in Nashville. And we recorded those. And, I mean, great songs. And
where did you do the recordings? Where'd you track?
It sounds unreal.
Okay.
I think it's called something else now, but
that's okay.
It's all right. No worries.
But anyway, we recorded those songs while we were done, and we still had some time left over. And Amber said, can we record Wicked Game? Because we do it
right
a little different than
from Chris Isaac.
Yeah.
A great song.
So we did it, and we did it in one take.
Awesome. And you sang, right?
Oh, yeah. They won't let me sing. They keep saying, "No, Lucy."
Well, that's very. Are these recordings available to the public?
Yes, they're on Spotify. Anywhere you can download music, they're on there.
And all 5 of those songs are available. What about the Wicked Game? That's available.
It's on there also.
Sweet.
Briefly, you had mentioned some of the writers off mic here. Want to repeat? Tell the audience some of the writers behind these songs and who they've written for.
Jamie wrote for who did I?
Carrie Underwood was
Carrie
one.
Underwood, I think. Miranda Lambert, Lady Antebellum. I mean, it's
pretty big names.
Yeah,
that's great.
And I believe her whole soundtrack that she did was on that Burt Reynolds. It's the last movie.
Oh, okay.
Where he was an actor or something. She had the whole soundtrack.
Okay.
On it.
Nice.
But Jamie Floyd.
And if somebody wants to look these up on the streaming platforms, they just look up Amber McCain or Amber McCain Band.
Amber McCain Band.
Okay. Sweet.
Awesome, man. Well, look, one more plug here. Let's talk about Neil's. It's the 29th.
Yep.
For Amber Maharrey.
Yes.
And we got Area 51, formerly known as Amber McCain Band, Shotgun Billies, and Almost Famous.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you'll get to see Tony play drums.
Yeah.
They do a couple of thrash metal songs, I think.
We do a country version of Anthrax.
Oh, all right, there we go. So,
well, cool. As we mentioned in the intro, we have some new music here. So I want to give some credit again here in the back end. We got this. We were gifted this from Sean Few. Again, thank you so much, Sean. This is Sean on guitars and bass, and Jimmy Falp on drums. Produced and engineered by Jason. Is it Latshaw?
Yep.
Latshaw.
And I don't want to miss anyone. American Studios recorded. So thanks so much, Sean, for sending this our way. This is our new
Jimmy.
And Jimmy, thanks for that. And thanks for letting me edit it a little bit, make it longer, you know. But awesome. So, I mean, listen to that.
It's kicking.
Yeah, good stuff. So
we're proud of that.
All right, Jeff, where can people go to find this craziness?
Facebook, YouTube, which is our preferred method of watching this show, and Spotify, Stitcher, and Apple.
Facebook and YouTube, full videos posted every Monday at 6 p.m. Central.
Yep.
That's when you'll get the new episodes in the morning time on platforms like Apple and Spotify. Plus, throughout the whole week, we've released clips.
Yep.
So as you're watching this with Tony, for the next 5 or 6 days, we're going to be throwing up some different clips and stuff. So to give you a little extra love, it'll be Tony week.
Yes, it will be.
That's right. ShelbyRoadProductions.com. Sign up for that free consultation. Click our link tree. Go to our Patreon. $1 a month. Tip jar tier. Help us out. Every bit helps. And that's it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us today. That is Jeff.
That's Derek.
All right, y'all. Take care now. Have a good day.
Thanks, everybody.